Welcome
Talking that talk,
back
no
to Yipping and
capping,
Yapping the
keeping it real,
podcast.
keeping it
It's your girl,
cool.
Jamesia
Black queer
Daisy Gray.
millennial
Jam
mood.
if your friend lay. I'm back on the mic with another episode of Yipping and Yapping. So listen, where the tea is hot, the laughs are loud, and the politics always real. So we're gonna jump right into it. And you know what? Actually, before we jump into it, let me say something. You may be like, Jam, where's the video? Where is the video? I'm just here to tell you, mind your business. Sometimes life be happening and we can't always get what we want. And this is one of those moments for me. It's been hard. I'm not going to hold you. It's been hard. I've been ripping and running all week. I did not get a chance to record. Plus, I've been traveling and just landing and responsibilities, y'all. They beat me up. Okay. Now we're going to get into it. Okay. So, welcome to the Yip segment. What's been bringing me joy? Okay. So, before we dive into the dumpster fire of the news cycle, we're going to talk about the joy and what's been bringing me joy all week. Y'all like how I'm saying joy? Yeah. So, honestly, what's been bringing me joy is a lot of music. So, sir, shout out to my friend Gabby. I love her. She got me a VIP ticket to go see Sir, and I'm excited to go see him, hear him, feel him, all the things. Okay. Also, what's bringing me joy, as always, y'all, I feel like when have there been a Yip segment and I not say my love bug, my nigga is bringing me joy? Smitten? Yes. Yes, I might be. Okay. What else has been bringing me joy this week? Oh, Nigel Robinson. She's still on the list. She is still on the list for bringing me joy. Baby girl is eating down like I knew she would eat down. Okay. Covers of magazines. Okay. Hosting, promoting parties. She's getting deals. Even her husband been coming out the woodwork. Now, we could talk about that because that's a story for another day. But that's what's been bringing me joy. Oh my God, Ryan Coogler in Sinners has been bringing me joy. I love it. I love it. I love it. So much I could say there. Okay. Now, y'all, the yap. What needs to be discussed? What we got to yap about today? And honestly, I think I'm going to talk about the SAVE Act today on the Yap because I've been doing a lot of talk about tariffs, not just here on the podcast, but also online across my platforms. And honestly, there's not a lot of updates. Like there was a 90-day pause almost 3 weeks ago, or maybe like 2.5 weeks. I can't remember the math. And with that 90-day pause, if you ask me in terms of the tariffs, it was to incite and encourage people to panic buy. You're probably like, Jam, what the hell is a panic buy? Why are people panic buying? Do y'all remember in COVID when we couldn't find tissue, we couldn't find hand sanitizer or antibacterial soap on shelves? People were panic buying. In this case, with the context with the tariff, people are panic buying before the ticket prices skyrocket, essentially, right? And so in January and February, if you're not into like economics and how our economy is doing, that's fine. I do my best to keep these topics like really simple and easy to understand. So in January and February, our economy pretty much shrunk down, meaning non-existence. Niggas were not out here spending money, throwing it in a bag, swiping a card. No, we weren't doing any of that. Okay. And so not February, but in March, our economy went boom. And our economy went boom because that's when Trump decided to like incite this trade war. And you're probably like, Trump decided to do what? Yes, incite this trade war. I think I told y'all in the last episode of Yipping and Yapping. And like, what makes this a tad bit interesting, if you're into this, is usually when people like threaten tariffs or threaten a trade war, it usually happens around election time. They like promise more jobs, and the way they're going to do it is by making other people pay when in fact they're making us pay. We've talked about this. We know this at this point, right? However, at this point, Trump has acknowledged his role. He had, well, maybe not his role, but he has acknowledged that, hey, I did start this trade war. Yeah, it is unsustainable. So the US and China have been in talks on, like, how can we make this more sustainable? How can we stop it? Because at this point, China hasn't placed any orders for like soybeans and maybe corn or flour or something that really impacts us, our agricultural industry. And I'll also say something about game boards. So like Costco has this huge order that they literally canceled because, well, they can't get access to it, due to the tariffs, and all this shit that's going on around them. So I say that to say this. Um, this trade war is unsustainable. Countries, corporations, even countries that are not sitting at the table are now pretty much upset and over it. And so the US and China are trying to come together to figure out because, well, unfortunately, Trump started this shit on his own, and he should probably have to clean it up on his own. It's ridiculous. And so this is why I said at the beginning of this Yap segment that, like, I won't say much more about tariffs in the economy unless something substantial happens. And this is also why I started out saying that I think this 90-day pause on the tariff is just to incite and encourage people to panic buy to boost our economy for the next 3 months. And it's a fake boost, obviously, because the ticket prices are coming, the tariff prices are coming. And I don't know if y'all have noticed, if maybe you looked at some of your receipts, you may see something that says a tariff fee. Very simple language, tariff fee. Also, some people may call it a liberation fee because, well, they're delusional. Also, people may put a Trump fee so people know exactly why you're paying this extra fee and why your, bottomless mimosas went from $30 to 45.50. I don't know how much you pay. It depends on your geography, what bottomless mimosas look like where you are. But yeah, so I'm not going to do too much talking on tariffs and the economy until something substantial happens. And then I'll come and do my best to break it down and talk to folks, talk to y'all, talk about it in really plain language. Okay. Now, what I really wanted to yap about in terms of this yap was the SAVE Act. You may be like, Jam, that sounds cute as fuck. Why do you want to talk about the SAVE Act? Listen, baby, don't let the name fool you. This bill is wrapped up in voter suppression with a pretty bow. It is being pitched to us as a way to secure elections. Baby, the only reason elections aren't secure is because some unnamed parties and people have done their damnedest and their hardest to get away with robbing and stealing elections, okay? And so I also want to be clear about when they say secure elections, what it really means. What it really means is we want to suppress the vote. We want to create more barriers for Black folks, immigrant folks, migrant folks, just as impacted people who are trying to get back on their feet. Anybody that ain't white or getting in line with the white is right, we want to keep you out. And so they're under this guise of protecting democracy, and do not get me started on our democracy because y'all, we do not have a true democracy. And maybe I'll talk about, you know, that on the next episode. Like, what really is a democracy? What was it that our founding fathers were trying to build? And all these things. I can go on a tangent, but I'm trying to stay on track here. Why the SAVE Act is so important is because of how it's being packaged and presented, as if it's protecting our democracy, as if this is a voter protection act, and it's not. The gag is, y'all, they're scared of your voices, they're scared of our votes, and they want to prevent us from doing just so, exercising our voices, exercising our right to vote. And here's why I say that. They are requiring people to register to vote in person. It just took us how many years to get online voter registration across the country, and in some states, I'm not even quite sure at this present moment if in every state you can register online. Now, just a year later, after the bulk of the states allow for you to register to vote online, they want to require people to register to vote in person. In person. They're trying to tell people they need like birth certificates, passports, social security, state IDs, all the actually state IDs isn't even efficient enough to register to vote, which is insane to me. And I just want y'all to know, most government websites that we have to navigate, it's hard. It's hard to navigate these websites. And when I say it's hard to navigate these websites, I mean, it's tricky. Things get buried deep. You have to know where to look. And even when you know where to look, and this is coming from a data scientist who navigates multiple Secretary of States and, oh my God, what's my brain? Not just Secretary of State websites, but, what's my brain? Secretary of State websites. And what am I thinking of? Board of Elections, Supervisor of Election websites. Yes, depending on what it's called. I navigate those websites often to get voter file information and data, which is not always easy to access. So even when you know where to look, it's hard to find. And that is almost every single government website. Okay, so if you need to get a new copy of your birth certificate or your social security card or whatever the case it is, it takes access and having the knowledge of knowing how to access the resources to go and register to vote in person when people still can't even afford to go and actually vote. Like it should be a paid holiday. You want to require, look, you know what? Let me not, let me not. All I'm saying is, y'all, they are not trying to protect democracy. They are not trying to protect our vote. What they're trying to do is keep people out. And the people that they're trying to keep out look like me. They look like the new American majority. It's basically everybody but white folks. Okay. And I'm going to stop right there so I can wrap it up for today because that is the yap for today. We can dive more about it on my socials at Jamesia Gray across platforms. Come find me so we can talk about it. And now we're gonna get into the messy awards. Woo! Do, 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 do. I don't know. I'm literally talking into a mic sitting in the dark as I do this. Okay, for the messy awards. Okay, for spot number three is going to the six-tone devil rich ladies who blasted into space for 11 minutes. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Gail King and them. I'm talking about Katy Perry and them. Okay, because why would you do it? And when I think about this, and this is why they're also on the Messy Awards, because they've been planning and plotting this since a minimum of at least last October. Last October, the amount of resources, money wise, the amount of time, both physically and mentally, that it took to prepare to launch them into space, all that energy and those resources could have been put into the election. It could have been put into the election. Maybe we'll have a different administration. Maybe I'm just wishfully thinking. Either way, they could have done something completely different with their time and their money. But instead, Katy Perry girl, you in space and you trying to get your streams up. You're girl, what is this? A tour, an album? Let me tell you something. When you performed during the music awards season last year, and nothing happened with your streams, nothing happened with your career, I'm here to tell you space was not going to help you. Space was not going to help you at all. And I saw that shit and I was like, how tone deaf? Katie, if people out here are selling kidney and plasma to buy Cowboy Carter tickets, what makes you think they about to come see you? We're not. We're not. People are telling Beyonce, hey girl, you doing too much. Okay, it's too much going on. The economy is not hitting. I can't buy Sacred and Sir Davis and Cowboy Carter tickets and outfits and all these things, even though they want to. Okay, where there's a will, they'll make a way. But Katy Perry, it does not seem like the people are trying to make a way for you. And Gail King, Miss Mamas, I don't know why you went up there. I don't know why you went up there. Was it to revitalize your show? because that's what people are saying in the streets. Allegedly, they're like, Gail King needs views on her show. I don't know if this is true because I don't know what your views look like. Allegedly, that's what they're saying about you, sis. And I just want to say, girl, there are so many things you could have did instead of going to space. This is the thing that pisses me off about this trip and the six of y'all that went up into space is that there are real astronauts, black women, black men that are being laid off from their jobs, that are literally losing their jobs or have lost their jobs. And here y'all go playing. I'm gonna leave it there. We're gonna move on to number two. And so, but that's why y'all messy. All six of y'all. All six of y'all. Jeff Bezos, what is that? His girlfriend, her fiance, whoever she is, you messy too. Okay. But anyway, we're moving on to the number two spot on the Messy Awards, and that goes to Corey Holcomb. Y'all are probably like, Jam, why is Corey Holcomb on the Messy Awards list again? This is not our first time hearing you talk about him. Yes, it's not. Okay. And you may be like, who is Corey? Corey is a comedian. Okay, he's been around for a really long time, but he never really made it to mainstream. And to be honest, I feel like he's still high key chicken, not chicken. Actually, is given Chitlin Circuit. He's very much famous on the Chitlin Circuit. But Corey Holcomb is here because he decided to go full hater mode on Tracy Ellis Ross. Tracy Ellis Ross, let me tell you something. I don't be caping for rich people like that. But that's one rich black lady who be minding her business. She do not be jumping in people's business. All she try to do is do what brings her joy, show up for her friends, and be the best her she could be. Now he gonna go out of his way to talk about a cultural icon who stays moisturized, thriving, and unbothered. To call her out her name, to make her less than because what? I guess he wanted to get relevant again. And Just Hilarious says she's not falling for the bait no more. Okay, Corey's there because he's messy, he's old, he's tired. We're sick of it. Next caller, please. We don't want to hear it. Okay, number one on the messy list, y'all. This is going out to Uncle Shannon Sharp because baby, you 55, 56, what's going on? And I do want to say all of this is alleged because y'all ain't about to comfort me. Okay, and this is why Shannon Sharp is on the Messy Awards list. Okay, if you do not know, Shannon Sharp allegedly met a OnlyFans girl in a gym. This girl was white, yes, of the Caucasian persuasion. She also was 19. Apparently, her and Shannon would work out together, exchange numbers, and developed a sexual relationship. We don't have to get into the sexual relationship, but let's just say they were into some role playing, some dumb and submissive type stuff going on over there. And they had a sexual relationship, okay? Regardless of the fact that their relationship was legal, regardless of the fact that Shannon had receipts to back up what actually went down between them, um Shannon ended up signing $100 million deal. As soon as it was announced that Shannon signed this new $100 million deal, here he go being sued by ambulance chaser attorney allegedly for $50 million with this OnlyFans girl. Now, she accused Shannon of sexual assault and saying all these things. Now, what she did not think would happen is that Uncle Shannon Sharp would drop the text. And he dropped the text because he's an old ass man. That's what people do in their 50s and 60s. They do what they want to do. He's 55, 56. Not me aging him by 5+ years. Anyway, they do what they want to do. So, of course, Shannon dropped the receipts. And it clearly shows everything was consensual and all of this. Now, that makes it legal? Sure. Morally, Shannon, this girl was in high school allegedly all of last year. You're damn near 60. It ain't nothing you got that she want outside of money. Outside of money. It ain't nothing she got that you want outside of money. And Monique told you, you need to stop fucking with them young girls because they're going to get you caught up. And what's happening? You don't got caught up fucking with a young girl. And honestly, Shannon is too old. Uncle Shannon Sharp is too old. He knows better. And this is why he's number one on the messy list because 56 and this is how you rolling in these streets? Please. Please. Okay, that's it for the Messy Awards, and we are going to wrap up with my all time favorite segment, Reclaiming Our Time. So, This week, I'm reclaiming my time from the noise, from the chaos, and the narratives that say our votes don't matter, our voices don't matter, our joy isn't radical, our rest isn't radical, and that space travel is the answer to a flopped album or low views and ratings on a show. Okay? Ugh, y'all, I want you to know that you are more than enough. Okay? That's it for reclaiming our time. We're going to wrap it up. So, if you have liked this episode, please like, comment, share, subscribe, follow, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and share, 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 share. Until next time, keep yipping, keep yapping. Bye.